Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Cardano and its native token ADA. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So this amazing run by ADA continues. It seems like just yesterday we were talking about ADA at 2 cents, at 3 cents, at 4 cents, and now we're looking at a 67-cent ADA, almost a 68-cent ADA. So if you were following along the live stream earlier, we did in fact go through the garage. Most people probably don't know what that means. But anyways, let's zoom out and see what has happened. So ADA is continuing to go parabolic. And what's interesting is when Bitcoin corrected earlier by about $2,000 or so, or even $3,000, ADA really didn't react that much against USD. And in fact, during that drop by Bitcoin, ADA's valuation against Bitcoin kept going up. Now, the ADA USD valuation at first, it just paused. But because Bitcoin's valuation was going down against USD, ADA's valuation was going up against Bitcoin since ADA USD was staying constant. So if we look at kind of some of the milestones, so we've already passed the milestone from this past summer. The next one would probably be this one in April of 2019. And that level was around 1940 Satoshis. If we were to take a measured move from the current valuation, we would need to go up another 12% or so to get there. But as I said with this one earlier, these are not necessarily things that I trade, right? So just because we get to that level does not mean that we have to hold resistance at that level. One of the things to keep in mind from a macro perspective, while I don't want to discount the fact that we are getting fairly extended here in the short term, but from a macro perspective, ADA has pumped much harder than this against Bitcoin in the past. If you go back to 2018, it went up significantly more. So obviously a lot of this move, I think, will contend, it'll basically, we want Bitcoin to more or less stay range bound. It's hard to say, if Bitcoin goes into price discovery mode or if it capitulates down to this level. It's hard to really say what ADA is going to do in the short term, because during this capitulation, and not even capitulation, just like a short-term dump, right? ADA did not really react like a lot of other coins did. So it's hard to really say, right? I mean, the dominance of Bitcoin is still trending down. So alt season is still theoretically here until the dominance, were to either break out or something. So I would contend that alt season is still here. The ADA Ether valuation, we're coming up on a potential milestone, right? I mean, we've been at this level 3 times. This is where the ADA Ether valuation peaked. Again, this doesn't mean the ADA USD valuation peaks, but the ADA Ether value has peaked at this level 3 times. Now, you could argue that these 3 times were not in a bull market. This was April of 2018 or May of 2018, April of 2019, July of 2020. So if we were to make it up to that level, it doesn't mean we can't go past it. We did go past it in January of 2018. To get to the level from the current valuation, ADA needs to go up another 36% against Ethereum. To go up, to some of these levels, we might be looking at another 200% against Ethereum. So we'll want to really watch this one very closely. We've talked before about this being the general undervaluation regime. We've also showed that it tends to be in a downtrend over the macro scale, but that was in a bear market, and smaller cap coins tend to react a little bit harsher in bear markets than larger cap coins. But regardless, these undervaluation regions are really useful in trying to identify, times to generally move into ADA. And yet again, you can see we came back down, and now we've rocketed back up. And I mean, if we continue at this rate, it might not take that much longer to get up to this level. So I think it's at least worth keeping an eye on. Obviously, we're not going to say that this level definitively will hold ADA back, but considering that it has had 3 peaks against Ether there over the last couple years, it's something we definitely want to keep an eye on, more so than say the ones where we just have single peaks that we're comparing to. You can see right now we're at 1,740 satoshis. If you look at the ADA valuation on the weekly time frame, and we put on our bull market support band, I mean, you can see we more or less held support down here, and now we've since trended up. And from the current valuation, ADA is up a modest 237% from the 20-week moving average. So that's a pretty significant move, and momentum is certainly carrying ADA right now. You know, it's hard to say, you know, exactly how high things will go. One of the things we've noted before is that Bitcoin would likely reach its all-time high first before Ethereum. Then, you know, Bitcoin broke through 20K in December. January was Ethereum breaking through 1440. Obviously, ADA's prior all-time high is a $1.38. I'm not saying it's going to make it there, but one of the things I have noted is that, you know, we're essentially following some of what we did 3 years ago. First, ADA went from 2 cents to 13 cents. Well, we did that this time too, right? We were down here at 2 cents. We spent a lot of time at 2 cents. And we were at 2 cents over here. And then we went to the 13 cent level, right? Up in this region, the 13 cent level. And then back in 2017, 2018, we went from 13 to 39. And we did that again here. We spent some time at 39 in this region. And then after going to 39, we went up to 76. And I don't know if we're going to make it to 76, but we are at least heading in that direction. And then after consolidating there for a few days, ADA went to 138. This was back in 2017 and 2018. Obviously, those moves were quicker than this move that we've seen here. But it is interesting to see those levels play out for the second time in a row, just 3 years later. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think ADA is going to go? Do you think it's going to hit $1 soon? You know, there's definitely some exciting things coming up for ADA, and we will certainly be continuing to follow it on this channel. I think it has been a phenomenal hedge that I've had in my portfolio against Ethereum, and I'm excited to see it continue to navigate the market cycle. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel in the description below. And remember, we do have the premium list sale, the altcoin season sale going on. You can find a link to that in the description below as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.